The way into the courtroom right now.
These are the plaintiffs, Michael and Joanne Witte. Michael says the people below him in his apartment complex had a blowout birthday party for the underage defendant who became quite intoxicated and fell into their car. He immediately tracked her down, and when he presented her with the estimate of the damages, her eyes nearly popped out of her head. She refuses to pay, and drunk or not drunk, they want their money. They're suing for $849.64, the amount due. This is the defendant, Caroline Bell. She says she's 5'8" and not fat, so there's no way she could have caused the damage the plaintiffs are claiming. Yes, she made a mistake and had too much to drink and tripped and fell. But she wasn't running or anything. She just bumped his car with her body. She had no bruises the next day and just knows she's being pinned for the blame for damage that was already there. She's accused of body slamming a guy's car.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Do you have pictures?
Yes, I have pictures right here.
Okay. Do you have photocopies in black and white? Don't you have real?
I have the real ones if you want them.
Yeah, I do. Who are you saving them for? I mean, I'm the judge. Who are you saving them for the love of God?
This is my husband, Ted.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. Is it possible the plaintiff says the defendant got so drunk around his apartment that she fell against his car, causing extensive damage? Now, the defendant says no way could she have caused that kind of damage, and she's not that fat. It's the case of I'm falling for you.
Thank you, Douglas. Michael, Joanne, and William Witte.
Yes.
You are suing Caroline Bell for $849.64 in damage to your car, correct?
Yes.
What is your name?
My name is Michael Witte.
Okay, Witte, I'm sorry.
Witte, yeah.
And you are Joanne?
Yes.
What is your relationship to Michael?
I'm his mother and the owner of the car.
All right. What happened here?
I live in an apartment complex where I park my car in the back alley. And on the night of August 19th...
You park your car in the back alley where? In an alleyway?
I live with 3 other people, and 2 of us park our cars right next to each other back behind the apartment complex.
In legitimate parking spaces?
Yeah, legitimate parking spaces. And the night of August 19th, the people that live below me had a party. And the next morning, I went out to my car, and I found that the front fender was smashed in over the front driver's side wheel.
Left fender?
Yeah,
okay.
The left fender into the driver's side, the driver's door.
Do you have pictures?
Yes, I have pictures right here.
Hand them to Douglas, please. Okay. You have photocopies in black and white? Don't you have real pictures?
I have the real ones if you want them.
Yeah, I do. Who are you saving them for? I mean, I'm the judge. Who are you saving them for the love of God? Lordy, lordy. So you come out and you see this?
Yeah.
And you start asking around, does anybody know what happened in my car?
The first people I thought of to ask was the people that lived below me because I knew they had a party that night. So I went and talked to one of the tenants there, and he didn't initially know because he didn't see it. So after an hour, he came upstairs and gave me the number of Caroline
and told
me that one of his roommates and another kid that lived in the complex next door to us saw her outside that night, drunk and running around, and started, taking care of her. And when she was throwing up, she lost control of herself and fell back into my car. And that's when they gave me her number, and I called her.
Now, you didn't know her before this?
No, I did not.
And did you confront her with what they'd told you?
Well, initially, when I called her for the first couple days that weekend, she didn't answer. So then I told her that I left a message that I'm going to file a police report if I don't hear back from you. And that's
wait, don't tell me. Then she called you back.
Yeah, then she called me back. Hard to believe, huh?
Yeah.
So at that point, I told her that, I'd rather just keep this between me and her. We really don't need to bring the police into this if I'll just get a quote.
Well, what did she say, though? No, wasn't me, or did she say,
she said, go ahead and get a quote.
No, but what did she say about, she just figured you knew, and that was it? She didn't deny it? She didn't say, I don't know what you're talking about?
She never once said that it wasn't her fault.
Okay, so she tells you, she doesn't deny that she's the person who fell into your car?
Until I got the quote, and it came out.
She tells you to get a quote?
I said, I'll get a quote, and you give me the money, this is over with.
And what
she
does
never
she
once
say?
said.
What does she say?
She said that's fine.
Okay, so you go and you get a quote, and then you come to her with the quote, and the quote is how much?
Just over $1,000.
And then all of a sudden, wasn't me?
She called me back and said, you know, I'm not really sure. I don't really remember doing it. I'm not really sure. So I said, fine, I'm just going to file a police report. This is, you know, I can't worth losing $1,000 because someone doesn't, you know, remember doing it when people told me she did it. So I filed a police report.
Do you have that?
Yes, I do.
Can I see it? And then what happened?
So the officer came out, took a look at the car, talked to me for a couple minutes. Then we knocked on the door of the witnesses, and the one kid that did see it was there, and he talked to the witness for a couple minutes, and he filed that down. And he gave the officer his number to contact, and so...
And is he one of the ones who was helping her?
Yeah, his name is... He's on there. And the other witness, I didn't actually ever talk to, but Josh gave the officer the name of him as another witness that was there.
Miss Bell?
Yeah.
Who is that next to you? I take it that's not your mother.
No.
Who is that?
She was with me the night of my birthday party. This is Megan.
Was that your birthday party going on downstairs?
Yes.
Oh, did anybody tell you that part, that it was her birthday?
It was her 21st birthday.
Her 21st birthday.
Yeah.
So it was your first drink, right?
She had her first drink, but is she full of Schlitz? Did she cause the damage? Judge Million rules next.
For free tickets to be part of our courtroom audience, call 1-888-780-8587.
You're sitting on the couch.
Trappers.
Okay, you've seen the pictures. You've seen how big this defendant is. Could she have caused that damage?
Absolutely. She could have fell right into that.
But seriously, I mean, she's not a huge person. Could she have...
Not without extensive damage to herself, I would think.
Final word?
I think she did it.
Why?
Because it's very possible. Cars are made very cheaply nowadays, and it's very easily that could have been dented.
You know, you may have a point there, going inside the courtroom.
What happened?
Well, we had a birthday party downstairs. There was probably 100 people there.
Who was having the party for you?
My friends that lived below. I'm being one of them.
Okay. You mean the witness in the police report against you?
Yes.
And was it your 21st birthday?
No, it was not.
Oh, it wasn't. What birthday was it?
It was my 19th.
Oh, you're 19?
Yes.
Oh, that's not so good, right?
No, it wasn't good.
Because you're not...
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Kinda...
legally supposed to really be trashed.
No,
Okay.
No, I wasn't trashed.
Okay, so what happened?
Well, the night was going on. Everything was kind of fine. Me and it kind of got into it a little bit.
What does that mean?
I wasn't really happy with him.
Were you dating him or something?
No.
Then what were you not happy with?
Just the way he was treating me, the way he was acting. And so I decided to leave. Megan was my designated driver that night. We decided to leave.
Megan, were you drinking?
No, ma'am.
Okay. That's good. A designated driver really shouldn't drink.
No.
Okay, go ahead. That's sort of
The party is on Chittenden, and there's the back alley. It has tons and tons of parking lots. And then there's 12th, and that's where Megan was parked. And we were walking back there. Josh followed us back there. We weren't getting along, and he kept pushing and pushing. And so I got a little mad. I pushed him. And
You pushed Josh?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I fell into the car.
How did you fall into the car by pushing Josh?
I pushed and fell backwards.
You didn't have much control over your balance?
No. I'm not going to lie. I had some to drink.
Were you drunk?
I don't drink that often, and I had 5 or 6 beers, so...
Did that put you over?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. It just does.
Okay. So you fell into the car?
Yeah.
So what part of your body hit the car?
My hip. Mm-hmm. I fell into the car. It was probably about a 3-foot fall. There's a parking lot. I just don't understand.
Have you seen the picture?
Yes. I looked at the car and I go, my body made that dent, and I didn't have a bruise. I wasn't sore the next day. I was really confused. I was like, the reason I didn't answer his phone calls.
But you know that you
I didn't
fell
hear.
into the
Yeah,
car,
I fell into the car. I admit that.
What do you think? You had the misfortune of falling into an exact spot that somebody else had dented before you, or something, or what?
I don't. How would my body make that dent without breaking a bone?
You've got a lovely body, but if you lose your balance and you have 100 and something pounds falling into a car, it's gonna dent it. It's not
That much?
a tank. It's a car. It doesn't take that much. I mean, and if I had seen a tiny little dent on it, I'd be thinking to myself, yeah, that's sort of weird. I don't know that a body would do that. But this is precise. I've seen a lot of cases like this. This is the kind of dent a body does. I mean, you may not think that you weigh enough to do that, but you got another thing coming. And it's not a comment on your weight. It's a comment on how easily this can happen in any event. You do know, though, that you don't think you're looking back now that it's so expensive. If it had been $100, you'd have paid the $100.
Well, I feel bad.
But now that the bill is quite, because it costs a lot to get body work done, you're thinking, maybe I didn't do this. Were you there?
I was.
And do you remember any of this stuff?
Yeah, I remember everything.
She fell into the car?
She did.
And did you turn around to go see the damage to the car at that point?
No, I didn't think anything even happened to the car.
But you didn't go look at the car to see if there was damage, did you?
I didn't look at it, no.
Let me see the estimates that you obtained for the fixing of the car.
There was an initial estimate that Mike got in Columbus that was $1,100, but then he came back to Cincinnati where we live, and I got another quote that was less.
Okay.
And then when they actually repaired the car, they made it be slightly less than that.
Okay, good.
So that's how we came up the total.
But so the actual damage that you're out is $778.64 plus your court costs. That's how you come up with $849.64, correct?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Bell.
Yeah.
What do you mean in your answer when you say, the people who saw me fall are only my acquaintances? Because Josh sounds like a little more intimate than an acquaintance.
No, he
If
wishes
you're getting
he
so
was.
mad at him at the way he's treating you and you push him and stuff.
Did you hear what she said?
What'd she say?
He wishes he was.
He wishes he was. I don't know. You're the one losing your temper and pushing him and stuff. Maybe they are friends and decided to pin it on me. I really feel like I'm getting set up because people saw me trip.
Well, when you live on a high-state campus, it's one of the #1 party schools. You know, my car's got
Listen, honey,
inside.
I went to the University of Miami. You got nothing on us. Okay? I found out about this when Michael started calling me. I ignored his calls because I was like, what is this guy calling about? I think he was leaving it on the messages what he was calling about.
Exactly.
So why is it you didn't return any of his calls until he said he's going to call the police?
Because there's so many people at this party. There's probably like 20 people walking in the back of the whole apartment complex. You know, anybody
And how
could do
many of them
anything.
got mad, pushed Josh, and fell on his car? Yeah.
Cars get broken into. My car's gotten sideswiped on campus. Her car has gotten damage done to it. I mean, half of the people that go there have gotten damage to their car on campus. It's just, I don't want to pay $800.
I know you don't, because it's expensive.
Well, if I want to make sure
your
that
guilt
I did
doesn't. Listen. Your responsibility, your moral responsibility, your legal responsibility doesn't depend on how expensive it is for you. Do you understand that? That's the problem and the lesson I want you to learn from this. It's like you're a good person and you do the right thing only if it's affordable. That can't be your standard. I mean, come on, you know you're the person who fell into it. There's all these witnesses you're the person who fell into it. All these witnesses talk to the cops. You admit you fell into it. You can't possibly really believe that there's another person who fell into it before you. I mean, come on. You know, you may say that to yourself to feel better, but why, if you can't afford it, then what you say is, oh my God, I had no idea it would be that much. Listen, Michael and Mom, will you take a payment plan? Can I pay you $50 a week until I make it up? Something. But you don't ignore. Yeah, but you didn't do that. You ignore the guy until he threatens the cops. Then when he threatens the cops, you talk to the guy, you say you'll pay. Then when it's too expensive, your morals depend, and your moral fiber and your ability to do the right thing in life depends on whether it's convenient to you, whether you can afford it. Come on, Ms. Bell. I expect a little bit better out of you. I really do, and I'm a little bit disappointed, frankly. That's not how life works. If you do something wrong, then you make it up. Accidents happen all the time, all right? Yeah, you shouldn't have been drinking. Yeah, everybody on campus does. Yeah, I understand. And then, something bad happened. You didn't mean to do it. You didn't maliciously. He's not Josh, he's just, it's a bad thing that happened. But you know what? Own up to it and pay for it a little bit at a time as you could. But don't turn around now and make all this song and dance about how you're not sure it's you. I haven't decided if I'm the one who did it. And then you're only listening when he threatens police. Unbelievable. Ms. Bell, you owe the man $849.64.
All right, come on in here. What are your thoughts as you walk out of the courtroom? You stand right next to her right there.
I don't think I got my side of the story out at all.
What was it that you didn't hear?
The whole payment plan and the way that we talked, I didn't ignore him at all. So.
What about what the judge said to you about her disappointment in you, your behavior, so on? Does that sink in anywhere?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't drank since. I've learned my lesson. I don't feel like I need to be lectured about it.
Okay. Documents waiting for you right down that way. All right, so come on in here. I'm good. Step right next to him. You're feeling on the case now?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I knew walking into that it was over. I mean, she had no case. She knows she fell into it, so it was pretty much telling the story and the facts, and she got none.
Anything to add here? You were standing there as a...
I'm just glad it's over.
You learn anything from the way she acted in this case here?
I mean, pretty much learn that when you go into a case, at least, try to defend yourself in a little bit better way than just coming out and telling people that you did what you did, kind of.
That's the idea to defense.
Yeah, I mean,
that's I give up.
Very smart.
Harvey?
Okay, Kurt. She was not of age to drink, so she violated the law. That, though, does not make her automatically responsible for damage or an accident. You have to prove that the wrong the person commits is the cause of the accident. Her being underage is not the cause. Her being reckless is the cause.
The People's Court is a Ralph Edwards Stu Billett production.